Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to get a cartload of the larger fish, the muskies. I think they sell for $7.75 a piece. I'm getting ready to take you over to a location I'll show you in the map in a second that I kind of go to a lot because there's not a lot of griefers. It's way out in the middle of nowhere. I know a lot of people have used this location though for putting the deer on the shore to get fish to come to it, but just regular fishing is good. To the north and northeast of this location as well, there's a lot of good big game fish, hunting, not fishing, that you can get as well. So anyway, real quick, I'm going to pull up on the map where you need to go, and where you need to go is right here where the waterway gets real narrow. And it's right here by this lake. I cannot pronounce it, so we'll not even bother, but as you can see, it is just a little northwest of Strawberry. So that is where we're going to be heading. And as you can see, I have a cart with me as well. You can actually do this method with 2 horses if you want to. The 1 horse that you do have, and then also too, you can steal somebody's horse, but make sure you're riding the horse that isn't yours so it doesn't take off and run away and get spooked, and find a place to tie it off as you're fishing and stuff, because if so, you know, sometimes the extra horse will just run away. But this time I'm going to be using a cart. A lot of times I don't use the cart because, you know, depending if there's griefers in the area, it doesn't handle really well. It's hard to get away with. And earlier when I was trying to record this, and actually I guess about a week or 2 ago, I was actually trying to record this as well. Somebody shot me and stole my cart full of fish. So I've waited a little while just because I was aggravated with it, and I figured go ahead and try to do the video again. So we're going to head over to that location and we'll pick back up over there. So we're over at this location right now. It's right at the top of this waterfall. So if you have a cart with you, I would recommend pulling it up right over here. This is where I always use. And it might take a couple times to get it straightened up, but it's a great place because if you don't know or not, you can't jump up into a cart when you carry any of the big fish or anything like that. So and then also too, if you don't want to mess with the cart, I'd recommend that those couple trees right there in front of my guy. You can tie a horse off there and he won't you know, despawn or whatever you want to call it, disappear while you're waiting to keep fishing. So that way you could always get 2 fishes at a time. This is also a great location where you can get a lot of salmon and other 75-cent to $1 fishes as well. So if you're wanting to do just a 2-horse option, there's a lot of other money to get made instead of just filling a cart up with fish. So basically what you want to do, as you can see, I mean, there's one right there. I mean, this place is loaded with fish. So what you need to do is go ahead and pull out your fishing pole. And you already see some fish starting to spawn and bubbling up. It'll get more once you actually put bait out. And then also go ahead and make sure you have your, you know, your river bait. So go ahead and make sure that's on. And if you do have the money, or if you don't have the money and you got to use gold, I'd recommend having a second one with you if you can, because right here it's real, I guess steep you could call it, and sometimes the fish will get caught right over here and they'll actually break the line, and it's a long trip to kind of go get a cart and everything and have a chance of losing the cart again. So I go ahead and have 2. They pay for themselves anyway. So anyway, not to keep talking, but okay, you can see right there in front of me, I mean, there's tons of these fish. So let's go ahead and get started. And I'm going to be doing this in real time just to kind of show you in real time how much money you can make. If you don't care to watch the whole process, you can skip towards the end of the video and you'll see how much money I made. And as you can see, it's not a bad thing, but you can get salmon as you're doing this too. When you're using the river bait or whatever, you're only going to be getting salmon and the larger fish anyway. So the salmon are $2.50. So hey, that's not breaking my heart any, the fact that I'm catching that. So it's just more money while we're here already. And you can carry, of course, you can hold 10 of those at a time. And just, be patient. The fish don't struggle too much here at all, because once you get them close to the shore, it's so steep, it just kind of just pulls them right up. I mean, there's not much fighting going on. Even though I like this salmon, I mean, there's a ton of those big fish right down there I just want to grab, and the salmon seem to be biting a lot more. This location also too, it seems like look, right there with Deadeye, there's tons of these big fishes, so hopefully I'll start catching them right here. Right now, there's tons of these fish here, but even at nighttime, I've noticed that they're way more active there too. So you'll see 8 or 9 of these guys here. I think I got one. It's another salmon, but which is fine. We already made $7.50 just off these guys, so. And it's roughly the time it's taken me to pull those 3 in is about the time it takes to pull in one of the big musky fishes anyway. So hey, we're making great money, and what's great about this, we're not wasting time having to put them in the cart. So let me kind of just try to pinpoint these guys this time. Let me see. Usually the salmon don't bite as much here, and like I said, at night the muskies are more active, and if I have time, I'll try to do a video at nighttime compared to daytime. Come on, I know you're down there. I think I might have got one that time. Yeah, there's a lot more fighting, so one of them's on there. Yeah. And you'll have to reel them in 2, maybe 3 times. When they start struggling, you just let go. And, like right there, I'm not going to try to reel them in because they'll bust it in a second because they're pretty big fish. So he might come to the shore once or twice, but considering the effort you're having to put forward, it really pays off a lot, considering all I got to do is take a couple steps and throw them into the back of this cart. And I have maybe a minute drive, so it's really not bad at all. I definitely like having to pull the salmons in compared to these, though. But that's just me being impatient. And see right there where he's trying to get around the corner, that's what concerns me sometimes when they try to bust the line. He gets over there by that rock. And luckily I'm able to pull him out. And even though he's right there, I'm not gonna try to fight him because he'll bust the line. And you can kind of see his head popping up there. So basically I got him. He's put in one last fight right there. And there we go. It's a good fish. Definitely keep him. And I would recommend just be checking your map as you're doing this, because people will just sometimes fast travel in. Even though they're not in your area, they'll pop back in over here really quick. So you just toss them in the back and continue fishing. Ah, that was just straight up me screwing up. There, let's try that again. Yeah, there's another big fish. And it's like this every time you come over here. So you don't have to fight and go back and forth. I know sometimes the respawning of fish in different areas and stuff, you won't find them as frequent, or you have to run up and down the river banks. Here it's like this all the time, and as you can see, it's getting ready to turn dark a little bit, so that means they're going to be way more active and they're going to be bite quicker. And I've noticed too, they don't struggle as much. Sometimes I'll have to, you know, struggle 3 times with them during the daytime, and I've noticed with this, usually I only have to fight with them twice, and then they're right up on the shore. I don't know if they're programmed that way or what, but he's trying to like jump on the other side of the bank. And as you can see, I mean, the water's really active. You can see all the bubbles from the fish and everything, even more so than when I first started. And it looks like he's going to try to like commit suicide and jump off the side. And see, he's a lot more calmer. He's not going away as far as the other one was doing. The other one was trying to actually go upstream. I've noticed at nighttime they don't do that. They kind of just, even though he's still fighting me, he's not going far. See right there, when you get him up to the edge right there, you're done, you know. And we'll definitely keep him. And it does make it nice in between, you know, even if you're struggling to get a location where you can get the muskies and stuff, a clear path to them. I mean, the only other fish you're going to catch is salmon anyway, so that's great. So I mean, roughly, if I was counting right, we're probably close to just, you know, $30, if not more. Probably just $30, just the amount of time we've spent now between the muskies and the salmon. I'll see if I can get that guy. He's just kind of hanging out at the top of the waterfall. Sometimes when they go that far down, you know, there's no grabbing them. Oh, yep, he got him anyway though. That's great because he's not going to fight me much. See, he's kind of just real calm, hanging out. Ah. See right there, that's the exact reason I tell you to try to get 2. Luckily, I have 2. I guess I'd recommend do not try to catch them if they're at the edge right there, because that line is sharp against the rocks right there. Luckily, I messed up last time I was here, and I broke a lure, and I was out here with the spinner, and the spinner's great, but every fish bites at the spinner. So, don't see any muskies right now, but you just give it a minute. I mean, honestly, it's no big deal. We'll just catch some salmon and make $2.50 fish. No big deal. I mean, I'll take that all day, even if the muskies weren't here. It's still a great location because you can get 10 of those, and with 10 of those, you're making $25 just off those, on top of anything else. Even if you wanted to hang out and only get salmon and only the other dollar fish and 75-cent fish, it's still a great location for that. It kind of reminds me when I first started playing up in the north part of the map, there was a waterfall up there, which I think a lot of people use as well because it got patched of just salmon. But it was a lot longer trail to the town or whatever. I think the town was actually Valentine, I think, if I'm correct. So this actually kind of works out the same as what that one was. So I'll keep fishing or whatever here, grabbing salmon or whatever in real time. Like I said, feel free to skip to the end if you just want to see, you know, how long the video lasted compared to how much money I made. But also too, you know, feel free to hang out, whatever, any tips or tricks I'm seeing as I'm doing this. Because each time I come here, I learn something different about how to cast out to the fish and faster techniques and stuff like that. And these salmon aren't putting up any fight whatsoever, so that's great. Alright, let's see if there's any muskies popped up yet. You know, I don't see any right now. I mean, this is extremely uncommon. So anyway, we'll still keep going for salmon or whatever. They'll pop up. I mean, considering right now, I think I have 2 in there. That other one would have been 3, but I mean, that by itself, I mean, you have 2 fishes sitting in the cart for $7.75. You know, on top of, you know, we'll make sure to at least get the $25 worth of salmon when we get out of here. So, I mean, it's an extremely short trip. I mean, an extremely easy method, and a lot of money really quick. You know, for the price that you would get for just one of the muskies and one of the salmon, that's some of the higher paid missions actually on the game. So, I mean, you're making out great there. Just real quick while we're waiting for the muskies to pop up, I'm just going to check my map. And as you see, we're all by ourselves out here. There's no one even on this area except for someone here north of Blackwater, and I can already tell you where they're at. They're doing the deer hunting, not the deer hunting, but the deer fishing method right there. So we're good to go to hang out here. There's some right across there. And like I said, not trying to bore you with a long video, but I know a lot of people will post videos that say, hey, in this amount of time you can make this amount of time you can make this, you know, within an hour you can make $1,000, and you get over to the location and you start beating your head against the rock and you think, well, what am I doing wrong? I'm doing everything the video said to do, but it's not working what the guy said. Well, if you look, a lot of times the videos get kind of have jitters in them and stuff where you could tell that they have been edited together or sped up. And a lot of times they won't even speed the video up that fast. They'll only speed it up about 10%, which unless you look closely, you won't even see how fast it's going. But if you speed something up 10%, I mean, it's substantial compared to the time that it could take. We're talking, you know, something that they say are taking 10 minutes could end up taking you 30 minutes. Try to get him off that rock right there. We could be getting close to our max on these salmon. And what I'll do, I mean, the muskies usually, if I'll go ahead and walk away and then come back over here, they'll go ahead and spawn. But since the salmon are actually biting really quick, I'm trying to just knock that out of the way so I know I've got my 10 to go along with the muskies and stuff. So usually they bite good, but they don't bite as good as they're doing right now. So I'm just trying to take advantage of it. Usually, you know, they're probably about 60% of what I'm getting right now. The salmon are. Okay, as you see, we are full of salmon. So I'm going to check my map one more time because I thought I saw one of those little pink dots pop up. So like I said, make sure to always take a look at the map. I can see one guy over here. You know, with the wagon, I move so slowly as it is. I'm probably going to get ready to head back with what I have and not risk it, because honestly, you guys probably all know on right now the way it's been going, you can't really trust anyone, especially if they see me with a cart. They're probably going to shoot me and take it, or, you know, I've had people just throw dynamite at me. So more than likely what I'm going to do is probably head on back and take what I have and see how much I made up in the short amount of time we've been here. Might as well head back while we can. I mean, because you can get greedy and want one more fish, and then somebody comes by and ruins it for you. And that's the thing too, I think if I didn't mention it before, make sure you get a wagon that has a back on it, because these roads are so heavy inclines and stuff like that, you know, your fish will end up flying right out of the back on some of these hills. So hurry up and get back over there while we can. So anyway, I'll catch you guys back up over there if you guys want to continue watching or skip ahead to the end like I said. But I'm just trying to do this in real time as much as possible so you guys can kind of honestly see, hey, do I want to try this? And honestly, I was doing the wagon because somebody was asking me about it. And I would probably go more with a 2-horse approach, because if somebody does come after you, you could try to get back onto the horse you stole. Or even if you have to get back on yours, you're only going to maybe lose out on one if you can get away fast enough. And maybe you'll get back with both. But like I said, you can sure get away a lot quicker than I can with this wagon, because this thing's real finicky as it is on corners. And if you have somebody chasing you, you're not going to be really wanting to go slow. You're going to be trying to get away quick. And more than likely, you're going to wreck it and flip it, and then they'll come and kill you, or the horse will die. And then you got some idiot like this. Let's see. Yeah, you're going to move, buddy. I'm not going to move. Yeah, you're getting out of my way. There we go.
Can I help you?
And I recommend getting all the fish out at once and not going back and forth. It doesn't always happen, but sometimes I've had it happen to where the fish will despawn. They'll disappear when you're going to the butcher, so better safe than sorry. And looks on my map, that guy's not moving too much, so we might have, you know, left for no reason. But like I said, I'd rather actually get the fish I spent the time on than end up just getting shot and the guy ends up taking everything or just blows it up anyway. So alright, so let's go ahead and see what we got here. We're starting off right now. As you see, I've got a lot of money. I've been doing this, you know, kind of grinding this area out, and you make a lot of money pretty quick. And if you look at some of my other videos, I got other techniques as well you can try. So let's go ahead and see what we have here. And all these fish is what I ended up getting. I'm going to go ahead and sell this muskie first real quick, and then back out and just sell the muskies real fast. Get them out of the way. Because if that guy decides to come over here, I can, you know, of course he kills me. The fish that I have on me is not going to disappear, so. So here's the muskie, the last one there. And let's go ahead and sell what we have here as well.
Okay, seen a lot of that lately. Done. I'll take it. Seen a lot of. Okay. Done. Seen a lot of that lately, but done.
So it's a pretty good amount of money we made in a short amount of time. You know, I'll put on the screen or whatever in the description how long it actually took. I wasn't timing myself, but I mean, looking at that, we did pretty well pretty quickly, so not too bad. Like I said, you know, these carts, these wagons can be found right here in the town of Strawberry, usually right in this area or crossing the bridge where we ran into the guy earlier. You know, so if you want to take the chance you use the wagon, I mean, you're definitely going to make a lot more money pretty quick as well. But you know you're taking a risk compared to using the horse. So anyway, guys, like I said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you out. I hope it helps you get some extra cash with some of the updates Rockstar's hopefully doing soon, that you'll have some extra money, because I'm sure they're going to probably be doing you know, different locations you could purchase. Hopefully, like in, you know, GTA, we had apartments and stuff like that. Maybe we can end up buying our own wagons and we don't have to search these things out. So anyway, like I said, you know, if you do me a favor, you know, like and share this video. You know, also too, I mean, it would help me out a ton if you subscribe and click the notification bell so you end up getting all the updates as soon as these videos come out. so you can get to these areas before other people do, and then they get oversaturated, and then you're having to fight people. And then at the same time, you know, some of these areas, for some reason, Rockstar might want to patch why we don't use wagons. I don't think it's an exploit. I think we're just using something they gave us, but maybe they won't let us use wagons anymore, and you won't be able to do this anymore. So anyway, guys, I'll see you next time in the next video.